Shalom and welcome back to Project 613. We are continuing to learn about the mitzvah of Kiddush HaChodesh, the mitzvah that the Bet Din, the court of the Jewish court of law, has to sanctify the new month and to set the Jewish calendar. If you've ever looked at a Jewish calendar, you may have noticed that sometimes there are not 12 but 13 months in the year. How is that possible? Whoever has 13 months in a year? Well, the Jewish calendar is based off of the cycle of the moon. The moon has a cycle of about 29 and a half days. And that's when the new month begins. Sometimes it's a 29-day month, sometimes it's a 30-day month. Now, what happens is, if you will multiply 29 and a half by 12, you'll come up to 354 days. The Jewish calendar has 354 days in the year, as do other calendars. The Muslim calendar also follows the lunar cycle. So what can potentially happen is that the holidays will switch seasons. For example, we all know that Pesach is in the springtime. Sukkot is in the fall, where it's normally nice and rainy. And what will happen is, if we continue to follow this 355-day year, Pesach every year will be 11 days earlier. And every year, 11 days will make a big difference. In no time, we will be celebrating Pesach in December time, when we're normally celebrating Hanukkah, and all the holidays will be in different seasons. And that is actually how the Muslim calendar works, and that's why Ramadan is always at another time of the year, because it's a 354-day year, and all of their celebrations and holidays will be shifted accordingly. However, the Torah tells us that the holiday of Pesach must be celebrated during the Chodesh HaAviv, during the spring time. And therefore, in order to do so, the Jewish court establishes an extra month. Every 2 or 3 years, they add an extra month right before Pesach, so it'll be the month of Adar. There'll be an added month in order to reconcile this discrepancy between the solar year and solar calendar and the lunar calendar. And this way, we'll always ensure that Pesach will be in the springtime. Now, during the time where the calendar was set by the court of law, there were actually other variables, many variables, which were taken into consideration when setting the calendar. For example, if it was a particularly harsh winter, the court may establish that there's going to be an extra month of Adar, so that the roads will have time to not be so muddy, and all those that are traveling to the Holy Temple in Jerusalem won't have to travel through dangerous roads. And there were many other variables which were taken into consideration when establishing if there should be an additional month of Adar, and thus making it a 13-month year.